Update 2, wife said she was a romance addict, and cheated with 25 people. You guys were right. Frown. Original post, was deleted for some reason. Here is the text, obvious throwaway because it's bad. Okay, I'm incredibly emotional and in shock and I don't know if this will come out clearly, but I have to get it out or I'll ducking die right now. Background, I love my wife more than anything on this planet. We have had ups and downs like any other marriage, but for me, it was all ups really. She is incredible. She is the most intelligent person I have ever known firsthand. She is ducking gorgeous. She is a wonderful mother and an even better wife. She is a ducking working girl though, apparently. In our first year of marriage, I found messages on her phone from some guy. She told me that it was just a friend she had met at the gym. The messages had been vague, but he had mentioned his wife and had said something along the lines of, "Use this email so my wife doesn't find out." Obviously something else was going on. She denied it and said they had talked about possibly meeting up to duck around but that it never happened. Like an idiot, I accepted what she said as truth. I dug a bit and realized she was telling half-truths. We kissed and made up and she promised to be more honest with her urges and feelings. She has a past history of romantic mistreatment and has a lot of romantic problems in general. We go through some other external issues and like I said, I had no idea what was really going on here for years. Cue to 2 nights ago. She is in the shower and her phone starts buzzing. I check her messages. I know, douche move, but I have had a really hard time trusting her since that first year, even though she seemed fine. It's a text from some guy talking about how he couldn't wait to force his cock down her throat again. Holy poop. Okay. She is cheating on me. Okay. This is bad. She gets out of the shower and I confront her. Her eyes glaze over and she just falls to the floor. She is sobbing hysterically. I asked her who he was and what he was talking about. She continued to sob for a good 10 minutes before looking me in the eye and confessing to me what she has been up to for the last 3 years. Jesus. She has a romance problem. She needs to have romance with strangers in order to get off. She confesses that over the course of our marriage, she has slept with 25 different people, men and women. She has been meeting these people on Craigslist for years and having romantic encounters of varying degrees with all of them. WTF. My heart has been in my stomach ever since. I tried to just listen and not ask questions because I was so overwhelmed with the info she had given me. I have always kind of known that something has been going on, but I forced myself to believe that we were okay. What the duck am I supposed to do with this knowledge? Apparently, she has been so guilt-ridden, that is the true reason she drinks a lot. I thought she was numbing herself because of a loss she experienced, but no, it's because she has been ducking random internet strangers for years. Jesus. I left her there and told her I needed to think about all of this. I know the most common advice will be to leave her but, lure up, blah blah blah, but that does nothing to help me work out in my mind what the hell is wrong with her. How could she do this? How could she ruin everything? I don't think there is any way I can get over this, but I also really do love her and know that she has issues that need to be resolved. I'm just so lost right now. I'm pissed. I'm utterly disgusted. I'm hurt. Duck. Please, help me not jump in front of a bus right now. DL, doctor, thought my life was ducking fantastic because I had an amazing wife. Found out she has been ducking a lot of random people over the course of our marriage. Duck. Edit, I feel loads better than an hour ago, so thank you all for your advice. I think I am going to call her tonight and find out if she is willing to get help. I think I may even show her this post and all of your responses, so she knows she needs to get help. I love her and I want to help her. I will update if you guys want me to. Thanks again. I have a lot to go over and think about tonight. First update, removed. Here is the text. I took some time yesterday to just reflect on my life and marriage. I read the remaining replies as well. I also spoke to her in great length over the phone, as I can't seem to face her right now. I asked her explain, in detail, exactly what happened to her as a kid. I wanted to make sure that I fully understood. It was bad, far, far worse than she ever even proposed. I now have those thoughts and images to process. I asked her point blank, if she was willing to get help. She said she was desperate for it, but didn't know how to bring up something like this. She is ashamed, afraid, alone and sorry. I know she is sorry. I am fully aware that this is not my fault, but I am also now taking responsibility in my part of all of this. I am by no means justifying what she did, only saying that I had a role to play in her not being able to trust and confide in myself. I have not been the best partner. I ignored the signs. I ignored her a lot really. I left her alone a lot. I emotionally abandoned her for 2 of the 3 years we have been married. There is a lot more that gets too detailed and I wouldn't want my friends or family to know about all of this, so I'll skip it. These are not things she said to me in the last few days. These are things she has been expressing, directly to me for years. I always made an excuse as to why she wasn't put first in my life. I'm not saying I deserved this. I'm just saying that I truly know in my heart that I have not helped her or been a very good husband, and that is why she didn't bring it up or ask for help from me. I never made her or her wants and desires a priority for me. She did tell me the romance she was interested in. She has even been specific with her wants and desires, now that I am thinking about it. I always told her I would try to do the things she asked, and then never followed through. I too have been very selfish. I made vows, yet have not taken them or her seriously for years. I'm not giving her a free pass with this information. I told her that I will not divorce her and that she will need to seek help ASAP for herself. I have taken my STD tests and am just waiting for results in 7 to 10 days. I will retest in 6 months, as they said I should. If she remains in therapy and remains transparent with all of her actions, including giving me full access to her phone and emails, I will stick around while she gets the help she needs. Will we be a happy family again? No. I'm pretty sure that I know that the life I thought I had and the wife I thought I had was a lunch. I can only hope to rebuild a new one. Will I remain with her after she gets the help she needs? Probably not. I will stick it out for as long as I can, as I don't know what feelings, ideas and thoughts will surface in the next few months or weeks or days. I guess only time can tell. I will update if something significant surfaces, or in time. Thank you all for caring so much about a perfect stranger, but thank you all more for caring about her, even though she did these awful things. She is still a person, a damn good one at that. I do not judge her wholly for this one thing, even though it is huge. She is broken, but she is human as am I, and I couldn't live with myself if I abandoned her at this stage. So again, thanks for the reach outs, especially numbers_racket, DL, doctor, I will help my wife, who has obvious psychological problems, get some help. I will remain with her if she gets the help and is transparent with her actions and life. She wants help. I don't know if I will remain after all of this blows over, even if she does get better, but I have to help her now because I blew her off before, and even though she couldn't live out all of her vows to me, I can do this now for her. Edit. Okay, I get that people think I'm an idiot. I'm just trying to get through this. My opinions on the matter may and well change down the road. I'm just doing what I think is right for myself and for her at the moment. New update. Since the last update, I had gone home and we had another very long conversation about her past and what she thinks she needs as far as help goes. After the last update, I was feeling really, I don't know, wrong. Something just didn't feel right. I am so glad I trusted my instincts and really listened to some of things you all brought up about making sure her past was legit. She's going over the mistreatment again. I'm asking questions this time, because I failed to do that the first and only time it was brought up. I am sitting there, with my eyes closed, just listening to her explain it and trying to come to terms with what I'm hearing when she says something that catches my attention more. She was talking about how she was picked up by these guys. Originally, I could have sworn she said she knew one of them and voluntarily walked to his house where he and his friends waited. Without getting into all of her personal details here, let me just say that I am pretty done doubting my own sanity in all of this. I asked her, hey, didn't you say you knew and you walked to his house that day? I could have sworn that's what she told me. She looked like a doe in headlights. She fumbled over herself a few times before just going silent. I point blank asked her if she was ever really forcefully romanced. Holy poop. She goes ape poop on me and throws a how dare you even ask me that. In there. I seriously cannot trust a word she says about ducking anything. She proceeded to scream and yell at me for I don't know how long. All I did was stand and listen. She got in my face and was just so angry. How could she, after all of this, be angry at me? WTF. I don't know her. I don't know a single real thing about this woman that I have been married to for years. She continued to throw a fit and scream fine. No, I was not forcefully romanced. Is that what you wanted to hear? I asked her if she was sorry for what she has done to me and our family and even herself. She said she was, but that she was tired of living a lie and just can't stay faithful to anyone. She just wants to working girl around for the rest of her life. Fine. Really? Whatever. I told her I wanted a divorce. She didn't even fight it. She packed a bag and left me here with my son. I sent her a text telling her not to come back and that I'd see her in court. Holy poop. I can't believe I was so stupid and blind. I can't believe I actually love this woman. No, duck that. I can't believe she got me. I measure the value of love on whom and what I love, not the other way around. I loved her. Hopefully that says loads more about my character than hers. With that being said, I'm done. If she goes about her side of this divorce civilly, then I won't sue her for infidelity, which is still illegal in my state. I'm going for full custody because she is a lot more deranged than she showed me before. I feel like a total idiot, but I am so glad that I really allowed myself to trust my gut and follow all of the good advice that you all gave me. I'm sorry to say that this new news changed everything. I feel awful. I feel dirty. I feel used and manipulated. I feel like I will never be able to fully trust anyone ever again. I will never get remarried. The only reason I could even get out of bed this morning was because I have to be there for my son. I will seek some therapy and hopefully am STD free. I really want to thank you guys for helping me think and feel through this situation. I'm in total shock still, I think, because I'm not even angry. I almost feel like an enormous weight has been lifted off of my shoulders. I'm going to focus on the light at the end of the tunnel, I guess. Thank you all for your insights, but thanks more to those who told me to question everything. You saved me years of pain, I'm sure. DL, doctor, wife confessed she was a romance addict and cheated with over 25 people. I felt bad because she had been mistreated as a kid, so I wanted to stay married and help her help herself. Found out she also lied about the mistreatment and I kicked her butt out. I'm so relieved to just know. Hi guys, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. You should sue for infidelity if you can. She deserves to have no punches pulled in court. Take everything, man. She lied about being forcefully romanced. People who lie about that poop deserve nothing but loneliness. I agree. That is ducking me up. It's worse than the cheating. I'm so sorry up. You are not stupid for trusting and loving someone. I really hate to ask this, but it's the first thing that popped into my head. If she's been this unfaithful that often for that long, how do you know that your son is your son? 100% sure. My ex-26/MS new girlfriend contacted me, 22/F, asking why we broke up. Edit, oops, this ended up a lot longer than I expected. Skeptical, would love some advice though. Sorry and thank you. My ex and I started dating my freshman year and we were together for 3 years. He was a complete jerk and borderline harmful pretty much the entire time. The final straw was when I found out he had been physically and emotionally cheating on me with one of my casual friends for months. When I confronted him about it, he tried to lie and squirm his way out of it, and when I eventually dragged the truth out of him, he ended up blaming me for a variety of reasons. He's one of those people who is very charming/pushy and can't fathom himself doing anything wrong. The worst part is that I was still buying his bullpoop at this point, and I even broke up with him reluctantly, telling him I loved him, and trying to spare his feelings. This was almost a year ago. After the breakup, he moved a couple towns over for work and I went completely no contact. As time passed, I finally came to my senses. I realized that I only loved him because of the reality he was gaslighting onto me, and all those little times he hurt me, that I just let slide, seemed much more malicious. My friends told me that some of the things he was telling me towards the end, the truth, were lies as well. It was so much worse than I had been led to believe. I didn't see how contacting him would help anything, so I just kept my feelings bottled up. I grew bitter and resentful of him and very angry that I had spent so much of my college life with this jerk. So flash forward to 4th of July weekend, I was out with some of my friends and we were drinking and having a great time. At one point, my friend poked me with a concerned look on her face, and as I turned around, I see my ex with his arm around a girl confidently heading towards me. I was kind of in shock and I backed away as he went in for a hug. He seemed flustered, but he introduced the girl he was with and asked how I had been doing. I'm usually calm and collected, but I was silly and completely lost my cool. I called him a ducking butthole and asked how he had the audacity to walk right up to me after what he did to me. They both stood there and just stared at me. Thankfully, my friends grabbed me and led me out of the bar before I said/did anything worse. They took me home, calmed me down, and one of my friends stayed the night with me to make sure I was alright. I wish I handled the situation better. While we were together, he told me about how all his exes ended up being crazy. Sure, it had nothing to do with him being an insufferable butthole, and it was pretty likely that I was added to that list, especially after this incident. As far as he was concerned, we had ended it on good terms. Yesterday, I got a Facebook message from the girl he was with. She said she was his girlfriend and that they met during a Thanksgiving party and have been dating since. She told me he had mentioned me, that I was his longest relationship, that I was really chill, and that our breakup was civil and mutual because he was leaving town and we didn't want to go long distance. She said she questioned everything he told her after seeing how upset I was. She seemed genuine and actually really nice. I haven't replied yet because I honestly don't know what to say. My first instinct was to tell her to talk to him about it, but I know he's already lying to her. Our breakup was civil, but only because I was a spineless jellyfish and didn't stand up for myself. I had no idea he was moving until a couple of weeks after the breakup, and if she probes him about it, he'll probably lie more to cover it up. Honestly, leaving him was the best thing that ever happened to me. Like I said, he was very charming and pushy, and a lot of people couldn't believe that he'd be so horrible to someone, including myself. I was so blinded and convinced that I was worthless and should be grateful this perfect human wanted to be with me. Then again, she has no reason to believe me. Maybe he's changed and is treating her better than he treated me? I'd be potentially ruining a good relationship for no reason. So what do you guys think? Do I reply and tell her the truth? Do I reply to her and tell her to talk to him? Or do I just completely ignore the message? DL, Doctor, ran into my lying, cheating ex-boyfriend and his new girlfriend and completely lost it. She contacted me later asking why we broke up. Do I tell her? Something tells me she wouldn't be asking you unless she already had a bad feeling about it. Tell her. Stick to the facts, and no personal attacks. Instead, if he's a ducking prick, he's very pushy, do you want this girl to be put through the same poop you were? Yeah, I guess if she didn't question it, they'd probably just be laughing off the incident. I would hate for anyone else to be put through the same poop, but what about if she leaves? Then, he starts dating some other poor unsuspecting soul. Do you really think it's worth? Update. My ex-26/MS new girlfriend contacted me, 22/F, asking why we broke up. Hi guys, I just wanted to thank everyone for the support and insight on this whole thing. I really appreciate it. Smile. Also, I decided to give people names, so I'll call my ex Nate and his new GF Liz. For a crapload of reasons, I decided to reply to Liz's message. I plagiarized from some of the comments on my last post, love you guys, so I apologized for losing my poop the other day and said that despite what he told her, we broke up because he had lied to me for months about an affair he had been having. I wished her the best and I was pretty nervous after I sent it, so I logged out of Facebook, turned off the notifications, and went to work. That evening, I got back on and saw that Liz had replied within an hour of it being sent. She thanked me for answering and she'd reached out because she started having a weird feeling about Nate, after he swore he had no idea what my outburst was about. She also asked me why he talked so fondly of our relationship/breakup, if this was really what happened, and if I knew anything about Sarah. Sarah was the girl Nate cheated on me with. I still have a lot of anger towards her. I was always super nice to her and she knew Nate and I had been together for almost 2 years and that I was embarrassingly in love with him when they started essentially dating. It's kind of irrational and misplaced because I know she doesn't owe me anything, but yeah. Apparently, Sarah is still very much in the picture. Liz says she and Nate have had multiple discussions about the appropriateness of their relationship, but she can't ask about it anymore, because he just shuts it down. Ugh, I could just picture him doing his little "a relationship can't exist without trust" spiel. After thinking it over, I said that I couldn't explain why he told her that. I can only speak from my experience, but I found both Nate and Sarah to be untrustworthy. Also, I told her that while I hope for her sake that their relationship is now platonic, and I'm still questioning this decision, that she was the girl Nate cheated on me with. I told her to trust her instinct and apologized for being the bearer of worrying news. I was thinking of waiting for her to reply so I'd have more for this update, but it's been a couple of days and I don't really know what she'd have to say to me anyway. I'm just super anxious and find myself thinking about her a lot. It's almost like going back in time and telling little 18-year-old jellyfish 33333 that Nate would probably make the next few years of my life miserable if I stayed with him. Knowing me, I would have been heartbroken, so I just really hope that Liz is okay. Thanks again for the help. Reddit less than 3DL, Doctor. I messaged her back and told her that we really broke up because he cheated. I also ended up telling her that the girl he has been swearing is just a friend was the person he cheated on me with. Liz already had doubts about her and Nate's relationship, or she wouldn't have messaged you in the first place. You did the right thing without coming across as petty or jealous. Good for you. Hopefully Liz is okay, but you did the right thing.